Hi there, welcome back to the channel. So, I'm finally back to recording my songs. I have two songs left on this particular record. I think the two songs that I've got in mind are going to kind of tie up the whole idea, the whole thematic, thought process that went behind the album. There wasn't even apparent when I first started recording the first couple tunes, and then it just sort of turned into this other thing. I think primarily because I got the Black Limba Stratocaster, which sent me into the Strat thing, and then it started making me play differently and write different songs. And then the stuff that I was interested in at the time, still am, but was piquing in interest, and that got my lyrics going and like concepts going. And this particular song, this Hell Yes song, is kind of a departure from the rest of the record thematically, but it all kind of fits in, I think, ultimately, and so it's okay. And I've made it kind of sound more like the rest of the record as I've continued to work with it. So I wanted to document a couple things. One is just the whole structure of the song, the new changes. I got a new part, a fourth part I guess it would be, for the song. I think it needed like a jam moment where we could play a separate part. Mark could do something on guitar, something like that. It would be cool, and more just open it up a little bit, not have it just kind of stay on the same treadmill with the riff. Alright, so you'll see what I'm talking about, but it's a whole additional part that allows the band to have more things to do, especially once they actually record a version of it, if we ever do. Because what I like to think of is these two records I've made, they're sort of like demos for songs that my band can do proper if we want to, or do new versions of, or just, play them live the way they are. Who knows? I don't know how to evolve, but I really feel like it's cool to have flexibility, and that's what I like about making these records, is that I completely finish the song, have it all thought out, and then if I bring in other people, it only gets better because new cool things happen with it. All right, so the original part, the whole original riff of this is this. So it's like, it goes, well, I'm gonna hide it, can't fight it, this thing's inside me, hey, yes. And that riff goes on and on. I've got this kind of turned down because I heard some people out there that want to disturb them. They were like doing some kind of event or something. Sounds like it's over now, but this is kind of a clean version of it. Okay, that kind of thing, kind of a Hendrixy check, 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 going all through it. All right, so you have the original verse that's like. So you do that again, and then it goes into this part. So that would be the part where it's like, clean, no smoke, hell yes. No drink, no smoke, hell yes. And then back to that riff, right? Okay, so that'll be 2 times through, if that makes any sense. So it starts off with the, well, I'm gonna hide it, can't fight it. Well, I forgot the words, but the general idea is it ends with the hell yes. This thing's inside me. Another verse, hell yes. Then it goes to the kind of the pre-chorus. In the middle of some. No wait. I'm a 20th century man. Got no reason to share. I can hear it stopping there. Got no reason, hell yes. No drink, no smoke, hell yes. No drink, no smoke, hell yes. So instead of returning to we're going to go to this thing, which is like, and I'm going to put some, some melodic phrasing on there. I don't know if it'll be full lines, but it'll be some words, some repeat. I could tell that something was going to pop out on that. I forgot what I was doing when I was playing it at home. But so picture, instead of going back to that main riff, more drink, more smoke, hell yes. More drink, more smoke, hell yes. So instead of going to instead, I'm going to go to this new part, and I'll just play it real quick, full on. So that kind of thing. So that middle section, this four times. But this time I hold the chords longer. Back to the riff. So now the whole song connects just like it did before. Wow, it's fireworks. The whole thing connects just like it did before with the addition of this new part, which I think gives the band something cool to do, like the drumming could get big. John could do some kind of build up or some kind of new, drumming riff. There's all kinds of cool things that could happen with the guitar and vocally, a new melody or just an additional, not new melody, but just additional, well, it would be a new melody because this is slightly different. It's, it's in the same root and everything. There's all kinds of things you could do, to vamp that up and make that interesting right there. And then, I haven't thought much about bass, because like I said, I don't know, it's, I kind of get there when I get there on the bass, because I'm not really a good bass player. And after being around musicians that really, can play their instruments well, you realize how much you're kind of just, place holding. So it's fun to play with other musicians. But when we're doing this one-man band thing, we're doing that. So we just make the best of what we can do. So I'm going to work on the drum riff really quickly, chunk in these erasers. These things are really cool. I like them. They don't take off too much, but I always feel like after I use them, like if we do one of these house parties or I go do a live show, my ears aren't hurting the next day. Like I can tell that I can tell that I did something to them, but it's not like it is when they're really ringing and I really try to protect my ears. I'm too old now to blow them up. I'm 54. I've already lost, I'm sure tons of top end, but my hearing is still good. I don't have any issues with it, so I'm going to just make sure. I usually wear those shooting mufflers, you know, like for people who are shooting guns, they put on those headphones. I mean, they're not headphones, but they're, you know, they just silence the, really, you know, keep any outside sound from coming in, so when you hear that explosion, it doesn't impact the eardrums. It's kind of like drums, you know. So, trying to think of what to do. Like, I was thinking of doing like a simple, like straightforward beat, like a Phil Rudd thing. Not that that's simple at all, because man, playing his stuff is hard. He has a really incredible sense of timing and rhythm. So it's not that it's simple, it's just that it's not busy. It's definitely not simple. And the way I would do it would be simple, but if he were playing it, it would not be simple. It would just be not as busy. So I was thinking maybe like having some straightforward stuff. So like you could either play it straight beat, like, you know, gotta. Thing where you just play steady all the way through it. You know, you could do that kind of thing, and that's probably what I'll do. Or you could have like riffs in there, like back and forth tom stuff. It's like. That's not it, but something like that. It's like. Anyway, something like that. And after being around our drummer John, I always feel you know, inadequate. But it's not about being adequate or inadequate. It's about capturing the tune and song form, demo form, whatever you can do. Because I always think about these songs, they're so brand new. Like I think about the ones I made, I'd like come up with them and then quickly record them, so they're like super brand new. So all of it has time to develop when I do this. And the beauty of the Zoom is you can go back in later, let's say like a year from now, I was like a way better guitar player. Just go back and redo the guitar or add all these new ideas that you have, or you know, whatever. And then the other thing that I like to think about is like when you write a song, it just begins its life, and it may end up like one of the songs that I put on here, Drugstore Cowboy, I wrote in like 1991 or 90 or whatever year it was, and never finished it. Didn't know how to finish a song back then. So don't give up on your songs, and just keep thinking about ways to reimagine them, because you know, it's hard to come up with good ideas. So if you come up with an idea, you want to kind of hang with it, you know, and continue to develop it. All right, so that is going to be the Hell Yes arrangement. We got the original 3 parts, verse, pre-chorus, chorus that kind of repeats on a thing, and now we have the new dum dum dum, the harmonic thing. Do that 4 times, and I was thinking of returning to it at the end as like a out, like do it twice as an out, or 1 time as an out. I don't know, maybe like to give it something to jam out to at the end. I like having songs like explode at the end, which is like, you know, heavy duty playing. All right, next time.